Number 10. Bruce Willis. Before Die Hard, action heroes were often invincible, unstoppable machines who walked away without a scratch. Then came Bruce Willis as John McClane, the barefoot cop who bled, limped, and cracked jokes while saving the day. In 1988, Die Hard redefined the genre, proving audiences wanted a hero who was vulnerable yet relentless. Willis brought sarcasm and grit, a balance that made him relatable in a way few action stars had been before. He followed up with 90s hits like Die Hard 2, Armageddon, and The Fifth Element, securing his spot as a Hollywood powerhouse. And just when critics questioned his range, Pulp Fiction reminded the world he wasn't limited to shootouts and explosions. By the 2000s, his legacy as the everyman action hero was sealed. Bruce Willis proved you didn't need superhuman strength to be unforgettable. You just needed guts, grit, and a perfectly timed smirk. Number 9. Jackie Chan. When Jackie Chan burst onto the global stage, he changed the very definition of an action star. Unlike many who relied on stunt doubles, Jackie insisted on performing his own, no matter how dangerous. From leaping between buildings in Police Story to the outrageous ladder fight in First Strike, his blend of physical comedy and jaw-dropping choreography made him one of a kind. Drawing inspiration from silent film legends like Buster Keaton, Chan created a style that mixed humor, pain, and danger in perfect balance. By the 1990s, Hollywood couldn't ignore him. Rush Hour and Shanghai Noon paired him with comedians like Chris Tucker and Owen Wilson, turning culture clash action into box office gold. Beyond the laughs, Jackie's dedication left him battered with countless broken bones, proof of his commitment to entertaining audiences. While others built legacies on muscle, Jackie Chan built his on creativity, courage, and an unshakable willingness to risk it all for the perfect scene. Number 8. Bruce Lee. Few stars have left a legacy as powerful in so little time as Bruce Lee. His career in film was brief, but it transformed action cinema forever. Trained under Wing Chun master Ip Man, Lee developed his own martial arts philosophy, Jeet Kune Do, built on speed, adaptability, and raw efficiency. On screen, his precision was unmatched. Movies like Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, and especially Enter the Dragon showcased a new kind of action hero, one who didn't just fight, but embodied discipline, philosophy, and intensity. His lightning-fast strikes and magnetic presence made audiences worldwide rethink what martial arts could be. Sadly, his life ended at just 32, but his influence only grew, inspiring generations of fighters, actors, and filmmakers. From Jackie Chan to modern stars like Jet Li, nearly every martial artist on film owes something to Bruce Lee. He wasn't just an action star, he was a cultural phenomenon who proved that skill, spirit, and philosophy could be just as iconic as firepower. Number 7. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood didn't need acrobatics or flashy stunts to cement himself as an action icon. His presence alone was enough. Rising to fame in Sergio Leone's spaghetti westerns, Eastwood's Man with No Name defined the gunslinger archetype with steely silence and piercing stares. By the 1970s, he traded ponchos for a badge, bringing us the hard-edged detective Dirty Harry, a character who asked criminals if they felt lucky before pulling the trigger. What made Eastwood unique was his ability to project raw authority without ever raising his voice. He was deliberate, patient, and dangerous in a way that felt real. Unlike the muscle-bound stars of the 80s, Clint relied on grit and sheer toughness. Even as he grew older, his on-screen presence remained unmatched, showing that action could come not from speed or strength, but from sheer intensity. Eastwood proved that sometimes the most dangerous man in the room is the one who barely says a word. Number 6. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson went from dominating the wrestling ring to dominating Hollywood, and he made the transition look effortless. After early roles like The Mummy Returns and The Rundown, it was clear Johnson had both the size and the charisma to be more than just another wrestler-turned-actor. By joining the Fast and Furious franchise, he cemented his place as one of the most bankable stars in the world, delivering the mix of humor, heart, and hard-hitting action fans craved. His films like Hobbs and Shaw and Jumanji proved he could balance explosive fight scenes with comedic timing, making him a rare crossover talent. Beyond the screen, The Rock's larger-than-life personality turned him into a brand, inspiring fans with his relentless work ethic and magnetic charm. Whether he's breaking through walls, trading blows with villains, or raising an eyebrow at the camera, Johnson represents the modern face of Hollywood action, unstoppable, charismatic, and built for spectacle. Number 5. Jean-Claude Van Damme. In the 1980s and 90s, no video store shelf was complete without a Jean-Claude Van Damme film. Nicknamed The Muscles from Brussels, he combined real martial arts training with screen presence that made him unforgettable. Movies like Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and Universal Soldier showcased his signature moves: lightning-fast roundhouse kicks, gravity-defying splits, and explosive fight choreography. Unlike some action stars who relied on brute force, Van Damme's appeal came from style, precision, and his ability to make every fight feel personal. Though his career hit turbulence in the late 90s, he earned cult status and made a surprising comeback with the self-aware film JCVD, where he reminded audiences of both his skill and vulnerability. Today, he's remembered not just as an action star, but as a martial arts icon who brought authenticity and flair to the genre. Jean-Claude Van Damme didn't just fight on screen, he made action look like a dance, one kick at a time. Number 4. Tom Cruise. Few actors have pushed themselves to the limits of action quite like Tom Cruise. From the moment he declared, "I feel the need for speed" in Top Gun, Cruise became synonymous with adrenaline-fueled cinema. But it was the Mission Impossible franchise that cemented his reputation as Hollywood's most fearless star. Refusing to rely on stunt doubles, Cruise dangled from airplanes, scaled the Burj Khalifa, and performed motorcycle stunts that defy belief, all in his 50s and 60s. What makes him unique is his refusal to slow down, constantly raising the bar for practical action sequences in an era dominated by CGI. Films like Edge of Tomorrow and Jack Reacher further proved his versatility, mixing brains with brawn. Love him or not, his relentless commitment to risk and spectacle redefined what audiences expect from an action hero. Tom Cruise isn't just starring in action films, he's rewriting the rules for how far one man can go to thrill an audience. Number 3. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford carved out not one, but multiple legendary action roles, each defining a different kind of hero. As Han Solo in Star Wars, he brought swagger and wit to a galaxy far, far away. As Indiana Jones, he gave audiences the ultimate adventurer, charming, brave, but vulnerable enough to bleed and stumble along the way. And in Blade Runner, he proved he could balance action with depth, playing Rick Deckard in one of the most influential sci-fi films ever made. Unlike some stars who relied solely on muscles, Ford's power came from his charisma and humanity. He made heroes feel real. In the 1990s, he kept the streak alive with The Fugitive and as Jack Ryan in political thrillers, showing he could shift seamlessly between franchises. Even in his later years, he returned to these iconic roles, proving his longevity. Harrison Ford didn't just act in action movies, he created characters that became permanent fixtures in Hollywood history. Number 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't just an action star. He was an unstoppable force who changed Hollywood forever. A former bodybuilding champion from Austria, Arnold stormed into cinema with sheer size and confidence that no one could ignore. His breakout as the relentless machine in The Terminator 1984 gave him a role so iconic it defined his career. From Predator to Commando to Total Recall, his films combined explosive spectacle with unforgettable one-liners like "I'll be back" and "Get to the chopper." Unlike the vulnerable heroes of the past, Arnold embodied superhuman strength, a larger-than-life figure who seemed unbeatable. But he also had comedic timing, shining in movies like Twins and True Lies. His presence dominated the 80s and 90s, making him one of the most bankable stars in history. Even as he transitioned into politics, his legend as Hollywood's ultimate action powerhouse never faded. Arnold wasn't just part of the action genre, he defined it. Number 1. Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone didn't just star in action films, he created some of the most iconic characters in cinema history. In 1976, he wrote and starred in Rocky, giving the world an underdog who embodied heart, grit, and determination. But just a few years later, he unleashed John Rambo in First Blood, 1982, forever changing the face of action cinema. Rambo wasn't just a soldier, he was a symbol of survival and vengeance, leading to explosive sequels that defined the 80s. Stallone's ability to balance vulnerability with raw power set him apart from his peers. While other stars relied on one-liners, Stallone gave audiences heroes who fought with emotion as much as muscle. Even in the 2000s, he revived both Rocky and Rambo, proving their stories, and his star power, still resonated. With The Expendables, he united a generation of action legends under one banner. Stallone isn't just number one on this list, he is the blueprint for what an action star can be. From Bruce Willis redefining the everyman hero to Jackie Chan risking his life for stunts, each of these legends brought something unique to action cinema. Bruce Lee's precision, Clint Eastwood's grit, Arnold's dominance, and Stallone's heart all shaped the genre into what it is today. These aren't just stars, they're cultural icons whose influence stretches far beyond the screen. Which of these action giants is your favorite? Drop a comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hollywood legends.